Today, we're diving into a new kind of tool called Perplexity AI. Now, this isn't just another search engine, it's what they call an answer engine. It promises to give you direct, trustworthy answers with all the sources cited. But that very promise has landed it in a huge legal fight, one that could totally change who owns information on the internet. So this all boils down to a really big question, probably one of the most important questions of our time. When you ask an AI for help, for anything, work, school, or just simple curiosity, can you actually truly trust the answer it spits back out? Let's get into it. For as long as I can remember, search has meant one thing, a long list of blue links. You ask a question, and then you have to do all the heavy lifting, right? Clicking, scrolling, trying to figure out what's true. Well, these new answer engines like Perplexity, they completely flip that around. They do the work for you, synthesizing a single, neat answer that claims to be the truth. And that leads us right into the fundamental problem that every single one of these new AI tools is wrestling with, the AI answer dilemma. The promise is incredible, right? Instant, perfect answers to literally any question you can think of. But the risk, the flip side of that coin, is just as huge. AIs can hallucinate, which is really just a nice way of saying they can confidently make stuff up. Completely false facts, sources, you name it. And that, right there, is the biggest roadblock to trusting them. So what's Perplexity's big idea to solve this? Well, their whole system is built on one simple but really powerful idea. Always, always cite your sources. Let's see how that actually works under the hood. The tech has a fancy name, Retrieval Augmented Generation, or just RAG for short, but the concept is actually pretty straightforward. Instead of just digging into its own memory, which can be old or just plain wrong, the AI first goes out and looks at the live web for fresh information. It does its research before it gives you an answer. It's like giving the AI a built-in real-time fact checker. Okay, the best way to think about this is like an open book test in school. A normal AI, say ChatGPT, is taking a closed book test. It's trying to remember everything it was trained on. But Perplexity, using RAG, gets to use the textbook, which in this case is the entire internet. It finds the right documents, pulls out the key info, and then builds its answer from there. So when you break it down, this whole RAG thing happens in three pretty simple steps. First, the system indexes the web, basically chopping up articles into small, searchable pieces. Second, when you ask something, it retrieves the pieces that are most relevant to your question. And finally, it takes your question and those pieces and feeds them to the AI to generate the final, sourced answer. The whole system is designed to be built on evidence. But here's where it gets complicated. Even with a system that's built from the ground up on citations and evidence, well, it's not foolproof. The motto here really has to be trust, but always, always verify. And when you look at the data, studies show that, Perplexity does have a lower hallucination rate than something like ChatGPT, and that's definitely a good thing. But that rate is still significant. And the way it gets things wrong can be really sneaky, with things like citation mismatch or oversynthesis. So what do these errors actually look like? Well, a citation mismatch is when it gives you a link, but when you click it, the source doesn't actually say what the AI claimed it did. Or it might just flat out misquote an article. But the trickiest one is oversynthesis. That's where it takes a few true facts from different places, mashes them together, and creates a brand new conclusion that is totally unsupported. And really, this all comes down to a super important point, which one analysis put perfectly. Just because you see a little citation number there, it doesn't automatically mean the information is correct. That appearance of accuracy can actually be dangerously misleading. This leads us to the two different costs of getting an AI-generated answer. The first one is the price you pay out of your own pocket, and the second is the legal price, which is now being fought over in court. For users who want to unlock everything Perplexity can do, the Pro plan will set you back $20 a month. That gets you unlimited advanced searches, lets you upload your own files, and gives you access to the most powerful AI models. So how does that stack up? Well, it's the exact same price as ChatGPT Plus, but you're really paying for two different things. Perplexity is all about that cited web research. It's fantastic for students, journalists, anyone doing deep dives. ChatGPT is more of your all-arounder, great for creative tasks, conversations, and code it. But now let's talk about that other cost, the legal one. This is the number of articles the New York Times is alleging that Perplexity illegally copied and used to train its answer engine. We're talking millions. The lawsuit itself lays out some incredibly serious claims. It's alleging massive copyright infringement, saying that Perplexity scraped and copied content, even stuff from behind paywalls without getting any permission. And here's the kicker. It also alleges that Perplexity sometimes makes up facts, those hallucinations, and then falsely attributes them to the New York Times, which, as you can imagine, could really damage their reputation. So you see, this whole legal battle is about so much more than just these two companies. It's really a fight over the future of information itself.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's pretty simple. AI tools like Perplexity are a major step in the right direction. Having citations absolutely improves trust and makes it way easier to check the AI's work. But, and this is a big but, it doesn't get rid of errors entirely. Our own critical thinking, our own willingness to click those links and actually read the source is more important now than it has ever been.
And this leaves us with a huge fundamental question to grapple with. As we shift from a world of search engines to a world of answer engines, who gets to be in charge of the narrative? Who gets paid for the original work that these AIs are summarizing? And maybe most importantly, who actually gets to own the facts? That is what's truly on trial here.